This episode of Speakers of Fidlan is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Circa Barakil, Remy Asalias, Ray Cypher, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Arcadia Lunashine, Nina Grimsdaughter, Casey Schaefer, Dimos, Ciciriful Alirafu, Lily Black, Hans Grenade, Sapa Chakwatol, Faris Gentoru, Cletus Oreo, Quick Levin, Luke Leonatrell, Stella Bell, Ceres, Icy Lee, Lyria Rain, Pamela Isley, Umbral Wind, Naive Arano, Celeste Razgriz, Alendriel Maximus, Edwin, Bob CC, Fabson Voidworm, Raimi Maverick, Codred No, Mira Miri, Winebow Brood, Bay Barbale, Kaisa Regina, Uzora Akari, AJ Brainswordson, Suno Shikano, Yowie Wowie, Chesha Saltiri, and Congro. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Werlyt.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Fidlan episode 209. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi...
Oh. Alarm is sounding.
Why did you put us on this screen?
I guess spoilers are in effect still, but no, Welcome to episode 209. I'm joined by Georgi Wiston and Rollo Des. Welcome, everyone. It is August 22nd, 2020. Today's main topics will complete the Spoilercast. It won't be that much. There's not that much left. We have Werlyt.
Werlyt?
That's about
Custom
it.
deliveries.
Yeah. Custom deliveries, yes. We'll also discuss The Rising 2020. That has also been announced this week. And we'll be reading an interview as well if we have time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also be reading Mog Mail, because we have a lot of it. speakersxiv.com/mogmail. Stay tuned for the post-show. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. Well, I love how we don't have the biggest channel update in the show notes. But I'll get through the lesser ones first. We have some dates. Movie night on the 27th. That is Thursday. There will be a 1.0 stream on the 25th. That is Tuesday. I should have read these in the other order, but we changed the date just before we went live. SoH, tentatively now on Sunday for patrons. Which means Fallen Rise will be out on... I won't release Fallen Rise for the public until I've finished SoH for the patrons. That's how it is. I'm keeping Fallen Rise hostage until I've finished SoH. But right now, it seems like Fallen Rise will be out on Tuesday. Okay. But we have a bigger announcement today. The search is over. We have found the fourth speaker. Yeah, so applause. Wait, no, it's not playing. Okay, well, my soundboard died, but there would be applause here. The fourth speaker has been chosen. Clap. Yeah. Good. We did it. Fourth speaker, fifth speaker. Okay, also I want to point out that they don't know it yet. No emails have been sent out yet. So, no one knows. But we have made the decision. So a fourth, a fifth, and a brand new positions, brand new positions as vice speakers. I think there are three, ranging from 1 to 4, depending on whether they accept or not. Should we explain any of this? Or should we just say, we have selected Vice speakers. Bye!
It's a surprise. You guys figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to say about them?
Not much. I mean, Fifth and Vice speakers are not podcast speakers, right? They are, Fifth speaker kind of could be in the event a speaker can't make it. So that is the same as when we looked for the fifth speaker the first time. Vice speakers are more like speakers that we can have with us in like content. So on voice, essentially. Trusted speakers, we can say. So yes, that's that. Look out for emails. They'll be going out after the show-ish. So
or not. Might just take a nap after the show.
Yep, that could also happen. Mm-hmm. So you might be waiting for days. No, you won't. You won't. Because we've already made the choice. So the wheels are in motion now. We won't announce the name because we haven't sent out the email yet.
No, we're definitely not telling them via this medium.
So you'll have we'll do it the way we did it last time, where they'll intern, so they'll just show up on streams, not on the podcast. You know how this works. Most of you have seen at least one speaker join in your lifetime here. In your lifetime, you've at least seen one speaker join Speakers of Eidolon. Right. That is that. Should we even discuss what we've done in 14 this week, or
if you guys done anything that you feel like sharing?
No, I haven't done anything exciting. It's all just been like continuing content that was released last week.
Yeah, I don't. Do you have anything?
Continuing dwarves, continuing custom deliveries. Yeah. Ryan, what have you done?
I've just been crafting. I've been like, fuck it. I'm just gonna get everything to 80.
Oh yeah.
Sometime this week.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna suffer and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. love being an Ishgard here and the just forever.
That theme is good though. Well, I guess it's not good if you've been there for a few hours. So you're leveling them from 0 or from 1?
No, they're at various levels. I think my lowest one was like 33, but I got that to like 58.
Okay.
In like an hour or two.
Ooh.
All right.
So I'm gonna get them all to 50, then to 60, then 70 and 80. Just do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you did Yokai Watch, but we'll talk about that later. Really cool.
Yes, we will. And it's time.
Is it?
What?
In the notes?
Oh, you're probably... No, it is not. Just remind me. It's time.
Okay.
For recent... Just put it somewhere in the notes. Just write it somewhere in the notes. It's time for recent events. We will start with some maintenance. On August the 25th, there will be an All Worlds maintenance that is on Tuesday. In order to accompany patch 5.3 hotfixes, we will be performing maintenance during which Final Fantasy XIV will be unavailable. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and thank you for your understanding. It'll last from... it's just an hour, right? No,
it's 5 hours.
Okay.
It says it in the note.
Completion time is subject
5 to 10. Oh
yeah, sorry. I don't know why that I was yes, from 5 to 10 or for 6 to 11 BST. So completion time is subject to change, so it's not a hard time. So it could definitely be shorter. Homeworld transfer service will be suspended. It's all that usual shit. Hot fixes coming up. Yeah, so there's that. A weird and contest is.
It's a contest. It's more just a show up, and we'll probably give you something.
Yeah, it's a really
something.
Yeah, it's a weird like screenshot thing. It's called the 7th Anniversary Digital Scrapbook. In celebration of
Weird anniversary to celebrate.
yeah. In celebration of the game's 7th anniversary, we're happy to announce that players in participating regions will have a chance to receive a limited edition print of one of their in-game screenshots. For this occasion, we've prepared a specially designed website where players from, here they go, the UK, Ireland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Australia, and New Zealand can submit one of their favorite screenshots from the game and tell the tale behind it.
But not Iceland.
Not
What a
Iceland.
selection of countries.
Yes.
Very, very specific area.
It's the...
So
Yeah, go on.
So I figured out why that it's this selection of countries.
Mhm.
These are all the regions that are considered European English under the lodestone.
Yeah.
Like if you click on the language bar in the top right of the lodestone, there is American English, then there's, I guess, British English, then you got French and German.
Yeah.
And these are all the ones listed under European English.
Yeah.
Because that's what you speak in your country, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
European
yeah.
English.
We speak European English here. Yeah, that's good, I guess, if you live in any of those countries. And this is the weird thing. The first 1,000 submitted from each region that meet the guidelines will have a commemorative border placed around them and be printed and shipped as high-quality photographs.
It sounds really cool.
Additionally, the top 10 photos from each region, as chosen by the Final Fantasy XIV operation teams, will be gathered into a celebratory digital gallery, set for release on the anniversary itself on the 27th of August.
The competition ends tomorrow, so you better hurry.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's too late. But it started on August 17th and ends on August 24th at 10 BST. But if you live anywhere except for, I guess, well, I would assume Norway, Sweden, well, Norway, maybe just Norway. It's too late. You won't get most people have sent in. Probably. There's probably full already. The first 1,000, I'd be hard-pressed to believe that over 1,000 Norwegian... What?
What do they mean by region? Do they mean each of these countries?
Each of these countries is a region.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah. Otherwise, what else would it be? Because they don't specify regions.
Yeah, they don't specify like
that means
Nordic
Georgi,
region or
our
the
country,
or
our countries are in the
British
same
Isles.
region. We're in the same region, Georgi.
I know.
That's really weird. All right. Cool. Do that if you can still do that.
Sadly, can't do it because I don't have my hard drive with all my screenshots. So
yeah,
anything I take now will be a lie.
I can't be bothered. Yokai Watch.
Yeah. You guys ever played a Yokai Watch game?
No.
No.
But I have done Yokai. I know what Yokai is. Manjimut, basically. That's all Yokai is to me. It happened again. It came back. Easier than ever, but then made harder by Blue Mage.
The Blue Mage menace.
Yeah.
You see a wave coming right at you. What do you do? All cast a missile.
I was doing fates in the locks, and it was just me and like 3 other people in the zone. And the fates just kept dying. I got bronze and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Are they that OP? But apparently it's just a blue mage that would just like insta-kill them before I could even make it there. So I was forced to do all the other fates. So what I would do was because there would always be more than one fate. So I would see which direction they would go, and then I would go to the other fate. So I would get some participation in, and then they would come and kill them. That's how I survived.
But were you doing it as Blue Mage?
No.
Well, there's your problem.
As a blue mage, and the locks would be weird.
Yeah, I didn't want
I
to
don't
do
understand that people are doing it as the blue mage in the locks. That kind of surprises me.
I don't. I mean, yeah, they probably should have thought about that could happen. I mean, that's what blue mage is. This is the blue. This is the turf of the blue mage, right? They exist in the overworld. That's their thing.
Yeah.
The most powerful job in the overworld.
Yeah.
The greatest irony being that they do not get a weapon from this.
Yes. What can I say? It happens.
It's funny. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it all just boils down to whether you're going to be an asshole or not. If there's a lot in my case, I was doing this at like 4 a.m. There was hardly any people online, so it didn't really matter. It's probably why they did it, because there were hardly any people online. But I also did it earlier in the day, and I could read shout chat of people just screaming at blue mages. They're like, "Fuck! There's like 50 people here. You fuck!" So yeah,
that's their problem though. Just join them. Just become a blue mage yourself, and you solve the problem.
But then they die even faster.
What if you never wanted to level something to level 60, Rollo?
Right.
You're already
That's
behind
your fault.
the 8 hole.
You should have seen this event coming back.
Yeah. I mean, there are many zones that you can farm in. You can just find a different zone. I know it's annoying, but a lot of things in life are annoying.
What do you think of the Mount Kill?
Ugly. But
the Jibanyan one, you don't like that? It's cute.
It's better than the little wisp thing.
Really?
Yeah. Because the wisp is actually they're both really ugly. But they just don't fit. But I understand.
Yokai, that's the good part.
Yeah. The whisper thing is just we all know what we call it, but I'm not gonna say it because we're being proper on the show. Okay. But the cat is just a big cat. It's just a big red cat.
I like how once upon a time your defense of the Whisper Mount was that you could imagine it being built in Eorzea, whereas I feel as if that's very much not the case with the Jibanyan one.
No. There's really no explanation. What even is it? Is it actually a cat? Or is it... Am I sitting on the lap of a real yokai?
I don't think so.
What is it? Is it an automaton?
Magitech.
I guess I haven't bothered to read.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have the mount. You should have been able to read
the lore.
I'm not
going to dive into the lore of that. I refuse.
You should play some Yokai Watch.
I mean, it's fine. Trying to scream, my immersion doesn't work anymore, because we're long past that point now. That's fine. Whatever. Does it scale with size now of your character? Do we know that?
Jibanyan does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Whisper Mount still does not. I don't see why they would have changed that.
No.
But aside from the fact that Blue Mage has made it significantly easier for some people to do this event, they have also significantly nerfed the amount of medals you need to get the weapons and the minions.
Only 10. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
10 per weapon. Whereas before, for the last 3, it was 30.
Yeah.
And the drop rate was lower back then.
Yeah. Though I will say, I didn't feel like the drop rate was that good. I was
Maybe
still...
you've forgotten how horrible it was back in the day.
Probably.
I was bad. I didn't do it.
It was...
I got the base Whisper Mount. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
But I had a lot of fates, like... I had long stretches of time where nothing dropped, but... Yeah, I don't remember. I guess I just don't remember how bad it was back then. Nice thing, I guess, was that if you already had medals from the previous event, you could just buy the minions already just from the beginning. So I did that.
Mail is really proud of you for keeping those.
For once, Mail's tip was helpful. His hoarding. Mela hoards too much, but for once he was right. Yeah, so it's quite easy now. If you haven't done it, do it now. Better than before.
Just become a blue mage. Join them.
Oh, wait. You have like 3 months to do it. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to do it as blue mage once no one else cares. Because I don't want to ruin it for other people.
Right.
Go to Corthus, Western Highlands or something and do it there. No, wait. Can you do it there?
Yes. Every Heavensward zone and every Stormblood zone for the 4 new ones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
There's enough space between the fucking dozen zones.
Yes. Right. The Rising. It's coming back.
Yeah.
And this time, it looks like we're diving back into some Dalamud story shit. More specifically, it looks like we're going to deal with something we read about in Tales from the Calamity. There in the artwork, we have a picture of the Sultana with Pippin, Papa Jean, and some thaumaturges.
Yes.
Probably the ones known as the Sultana 7. Yeah, cool. I guess it's. We talked about this when we made the show notes, but it's probably they're probably doing this because a lot of people didn't read Tales from the Calamity because it was in 2014.
And 14 didn't have the best reputation back in the day.
No. And we never got to see any of those events happening in game. So I'm assuming we're going to see some flashbacks to this event when the Sultana had to be, I guess, if I remember this correctly, she was like protected. Like everyone was like losing their minds in Ul'dah, and she was in the
ossuary.
People were
like rioting, I believe.
Yeah, there was some riots, and no one really came to her aid other than Pippin, Papa Jean, and then some thaumaturges from the ossuary, I think.
Yeah, they're the 5 thaumaturge guild leaders.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. The Rising Festival is known for bringing a splash of color to Ul'dah, and this year's celebration is especially vibrant. Juventia's exhibition of stained glass evokes memories of a pivotal moment in history, but he will need the assistance of a willing volunteer to ensure this event proceeds without a hitch. So there's some housing items. I just now realized, well, we only get 2 items. There's a Ardbert minion.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Love the box art, man.
Yeah, yeah. And a painting featuring the artwork with the Sultana 7.
It's a stained glass piece of art, apparently. Actually.
Yes, supposedly yes. I don't know. I can't really tell from this, but
no, it's not immediately apparent from this picture. So considering we're going to be commemorating an event that occurred during the Calamity, do you think they will bring back that instance?
Hope so. Go in there as a blue mage.
Yeah. Could you not? Yeah, go on.
I don't think we'll be doing the series of fates that we did back in the day. I feel like they'll use that location and then just change it up to fit this particular year's event.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, there's already Dalamud in the artwork. Well, not in the artwork. Oh, I see. They added the Dalamud just for the event artwork, but it's not in the in-game artwork.
I don't see why they would want to commemorate Dalamud in the stained glass image that they're making.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm always excited to see more stuff from Dalamud, the Dalamud days. The event starts on August 27th. No, does it start before? No, surely it is on the 27th. Yeah. Okay, right. Main story. I guess this is the time to ring the spoiler alert.
Here we go.
Oh shit!
No, I need the noise.
What the fuck? Oh. Well, okay. Well, let me do it again for the audio listeners, so in case they're, you know. There you go. Now you know. There it is.
There we go.
All right. Sorrows of Werlyt. It's been 2 weeks since I did this, so my memory is hazy, so Georgi will probably have to guide us through most of this.
There isn't too much to remember, to be honest.
No. It starts very quick. Like, there's no fucking around. You're going to get into that mech very quickly. I think it just starts like Sid being like, hey, I got this really cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to... I call it the G Weapon. And
that's a G Warrior.
Oh, G Warrior. Yeah, it's based on the Ultima Warrior, right? It's a G Warrior. Yeah. That's what it is. G Warrior.
Yeah.
And we're going to use that to kill a weapon, essentially, right?
Do we call it Sapphire Weapon? I feel as if we were using it to storm their base.
Oh yeah, we were storming their base in Turncliffe.
But then it was convenient that we had the weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are thrown into a tutorial, a big battle training, battle exercise with the weapon or the warrior.
It's pretty intricate too.
Yes.
You got a combo. You got a ranged attack. You got a AOE laser.
Yeah.
You got the defense and attack mode boost things.
Yeah.
And you got the vulnerability up skill.
Yeah.
Yes. Gaius does recognize it as Allagan, which is interesting because obviously he knows. He's been inside one before. Yes. So we train. Yeah, you have all these cool skills. They're all unique. I thought, it's gonna be they're just gonna use like skills and effects from existing jobs, and then they'll just scale them up. But no, they made some really cool looking stuff. The triangle for the shield thing was really interesting. And then we make it to Turncliffe. There's the whole cutscene is so bizarre. It's so
anime.
It's so anime.
Good.
Yeah,
I love it. You can say some really silly stuff in the G Warrior.
Yeah. Also interesting to note that we actually get to go to. I mean, we're going to discuss what's the battle, but just right off the bat, Turncliffe is being discussed. Like there's a city. Is it a city-state? It's a nation. Werlyt.
I don't think it's a nation. I think Werlyt's a nation.
Yeah. Werlyt is a nation under which Turncliffe is a city.
Yes.
So, now a Garlean province.
Well, not anymore.
Well, no.
It was.
Yeah. Thing is, have we ever heard of this?
Of Werlyt?
Of Werlyt before Sorrows of Werlyt.
Gimlet Dark before we went there either. I just think that there's not much we know about Garlean provinces and territories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because your character could even be like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Werlyt, where?
I just think it's interesting that we have a new nation on. Would this count? Does it count as part of the Aorc?
Ilsabard.
It's Ilsabard. Yeah. So we're.
I think it's across the.
It's past Gimlet Dark.
I think it's across the water from Alamigo, which is the.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't really imagine Ilsabard, so because we don't have a map of it where it goes.
No, it's very difficult to imagine Ilsabard covered in all that fog.
Okay. It's that little land bridge. What? Okay.
Yeah, so there's that little land bridge between Eorzea and Ilsabard. And I think since we didn't go via land, I think we've just crossed the water between them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Gimlet and Werlyt. You're right.
Mm.
Yeah, the same ending.
Yeah. So that's I think that's pretty cool. That we have more nations, and also we're technically crossing into Ilsabard now.
Oh.
Yes.
Which is exciting. We get to see some new some interesting architecture in Turncliffe. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the battle.
Yeah.
We encounter the Sapphire Weapon in the water. How do you feel
Makes
about
unpleasant noises?
Yes. How do you feel about the fight?
It's cool. It reminded me a lot of the Estinian instance for some reason, where he fought that prototype ultimate.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just nothing, just superficially, I guess. But it was cool. You can stay in the attack mode boost for almost the entire thing.
Right.
I did.
Just mash the recovery.
I was
button.
afraid I'd mess it up.
If you just leave it on and then mash the recovery button that heals you.
Oh yeah.
As soon as it's off cooldown, you're fine.
Oh, really?
I did pretty badly.
Yeah.
Both times when I did it on both my main and my ult, I died once on each.
I was very panicked. But I got through it somehow. Yes. So we kill the Sapphire Weapon. But there's
Based
a twist.
on
yeah.
What's his face? Regular
Van Hydrus.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I almost said Van Darnus for some reason.
So what happens now? Do we just enter Turncliffe and get an echo flashback?
Not immediately. We enter Turncliffe, and then Sid and Severa, I think maybe, go down and start investigating the Sapphire Weapon. And before we fight the Sapphire Weapon, actually, we get a very short cutscene of the pilot activating Oversoul, but they don't show us who the pilot is.
Right. Yes.
And also before we even leave Gimlet Dark, they mention that an intended function of Oversoul is to take on the essence of Garlean soldiers or Guardian legatuses, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a job crystal.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks you.
Yeah.
You get sucked into.
You get sucked into it, I guess. Well, it's yeah.
Well, so all Garlean legatuses are fitted with this pseudo Aurosite, pseudo job crystal thing that learns their fighting technique and style, and then as part of the weapon project, they have been using this data and inputting it into the various weapons, with the first one being nail and the second one being regular.
Yep.
However, it was a malfunction of the first one to actually turn girl into nail.
Yeah.
But you're still meant to die.
Yes.
You are ultimately meant Milisandia. Thank you, Chad. You are ultimately meant to die. However, Milisandia was not meant to become disgusting, slimy Van Darnus.
No. Okay.
It's a feature.
Yes.
So with the Sapphire Weapon, even though it was a prototype, even though it was an incomplete weapon, it did function correctly in how it utilized Regular's data.
Yes.
Just
it is
summon big holograms of him. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. And it is we are led to believe that there's a certain someone piloting the weapon.
Do you remember their name? Gillionaire time.
Something Rex. Something similar to Rex, right?
It is just Rex. It is
Rex.
You're correct. 1 point for you, Lakil.
Woo!
What a very Eorzean or just any.
Yeah.
Not
It's
even
just
Garlean.
cool, dude. It's just Rex, dude.
Well,
Rex-
these are apparently the kinds of names you get in Turncliffe or
Yeah.
Werlyt.
The other one I can't remember the name of, but
Yes, well, we'll get to that.
we are led to believe that it is Rex that is piloting the Sapphire Weapon.
Because he has blue hair.
Yes.
And the weapon is blue.
Yes.
Little did you know.
Yeah. We then get. Is this when we get the echo and we actually get to see it, right?
Yeah, we walk over to Gaius, who's staring down at the weapon, who's like upset
Yeah.
because of the fact that he knows another one of his orphans has died.
Yeah.
He does that after we tell him.
That's
After we
after.
tell him about the echo.
Yeah. Yeah. We get to see that Rex and this other guy whose name is
Recon.
Recon. Okay. They're arguing about. They're discussing the Oversoul thing, right?
Well, at first Rex is about to jump into the Sapphire Weapon to give everyone in the Legion time to move all of their information and stuff from Turncliffe to some other base.
Yeah.
So Rex was going to pilot the Sapphire Weapon to give them time. However, then Recon comes along and says, you won't do it. You help the others move everything so that they don't get access to it, and I'll pilot. And Rexon is like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know I'm the better pilot.
Uh-huh.
But then Recon's like, that's exactly why I should pilot it, because it won't be as much of a loss if I am to die.
Right.
Little baby. This
Yeah.
died for no real reason.
Yeah. So Rex did not pilot Sapphire Weapon, and Guys does the
Such devastation.
this was not my intention. We then I think that's sort of we then talk a little with I think we talked to this next
Man.
part is blurring.
We talked to the Ellison man, but I don't remember his name.
No. We talked to Ellison Man
I don't know.
about shit.
He gives us the backstory of how so the Ellison man's backstory is that he's a Duskwhite. His territories were attacked by Garleans. His name is Vaudelin, I think.
Okay, let's just go with that. Yeah, Vaudelin.
So yeah, while he was out trying to defeat the Garleans, his family was attacked. The place where his family lived was like ransacked by the Garleans. His wife and child were taken away. He tried to find out where they were. He ended up discovering that they were in Bitter Mill, which is where they tested Black Rose.
Yeah.
So they're probably gone.
They're probably dead. Yeah.
So with
Bitter
nothing
Mill-
else to do,
Bitter Mill. That's in. Yeah, that would be.
That's in the East End.
East End. Yeah.
Yeah. And so with nothing else to do, he joins the Twin Adders, which he wouldn't have done beforehand because he hates those disgusting city Gridanian elves. But he throws himself into it, and eventually he ends up being part of Operation Archon, and he's one of the many countless people we never see who are part of Operation Archon at the Praetorium.
Yeah.
He was always
Apparently-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always there.
Yeah.
And then apparently most of his unit died, but while he was escaping, he comes across Gaius, and Gaius is like, you may kill me, but first let me kill the Asians.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah. Then to the most important cutscene of all time. We have sweat physics. We have sweat effects. We had there's just this the whole scene is really weird and off-putting.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just this like wide shot from like some legatus's office, and he's like doing push-ups, I guess. Someone's entering his room. He gets up. He's just like fucking sweaty, mom spaghetti. And then we get to see the pouring animation. By the way, he gets a fucking cup of.
He's actually holding it. It's not floating this time. You
No.
actually see him holding, and it's a milk carton, which is weird.
Yeah.
He pours the milk into a cup.
Yeah. Poured milk in a
He
cup.
sips it.
And I
There was a
was
weird
very impressed.
backstory about these cows, how there's like only 100 or so of them. I can't remember what makes them special, but at the end of the day, they all get killed for meat. And that's the way of life.
That's all I could think about, chat. I was thinking when he was pouring that in, I'm like, that milk is warm.
No, he could have only just had it put it there like
He's
5
sweaty.
minutes ago.
He's sweaty.
Because he was exercising.
He's sweaty. He was. But maybe one of his 3 like immovable children went to go get it before the cutscene started.
That was so creepy. Because he had been just aggressively doing push-ups while 3 children were just standing off the side in silence. Yeah.
Has a little hissy fit too.
Yes.
Yeah, he does that after Alphonse leaves.
Yes.
Well, he does throw the cup at Alphonse.
Yes.
Which is very funny. It's very stiff the way he could. Alphonse is like,
yeah.
and he gets it, it's like very stiffly.
Yeah.
I know, but I feel as if that was just because it's like Alphonse knows that he's not supposed to react.
Yeah. Yeah, they did not show his face.
Valens, his name is Valens. Can't remember his last name.
No.
Valens is very angry that they have lost 2 weapons and they are now in the hands of Gaius and Sid.
Yeah. I don't remember.
He tells him to go. He tells Alphonse to go to the.
What? Sorry.
I know. I'm like, I see that. He tells Alphonse to go wait for him in the. It wasn't. It's something like the punishment chamber, but it wasn't that explicit.
Ooh.
It was something more.
Yeah.
I feel it was something that sounded more diplomatic. But I can't remember exactly what it was.
Please go flog yourself.
Yeah.
No. He said he was going to meet him there, so he's going to flog
correction
him later.
chamber. Was that what it was?
Yeah, correction. It might have been correction chamber.
Yeah.
And then once Alphonse leaves, he kicks over. It's not a globe. Well, it is a globe, but it's a star globe. It's not,
yeah.
They're not going to show us the planet. It's absurd.
No.
And then the other girl that I again don't remember the name of walks in.
Tabitha.
Sure. Tabitha. Sure. Yeah. Tabitha walks in.
Ali. Thank you. Very, very. Not Eorzean name once again. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, first before Ali walks in, he has children dress him. I didn't like that part.
Did not like that. I also didn't like the fact that the armor was in a sitting position. It was just like sitting like this in a chair. I'm like, why'd you do that?
I also didn't like the idea that he seemingly wears metal armor directly on his skin. It seems really unpleasant.
Yes.
Yeah,
personality-wise, he seems like what you would consider a classic Garlean legatus. Just crazy, angry man.
I like that they're setting up all these Garlean legatuses between Werlyt and Bosja.
Yeah.
But besides that, so Ali walks in and he's like, "Who are you?" And then he looks at his fucking iPad and he's like, "Ah, yes, you're Ali."
Yeah.
And he has some creepy things about. I don't remember exactly. It was unpleasant.
Yeah. That is that where it ends after that scene? I feel like it. Yeah. That's.
Yeah. It was very implicatory. That things were happening.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of some of the older Gaius and Livia scenes.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh no, we're doing this.
Yes. And then
I kind of hope
Yeah, go on.
that they address the Gaius and Livia scenes in the like
Maybe
when he
maybe
knows
they
what
will.
he's been doing to Ali.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So that is the end of the Sorrows of Werlyt for this time, I think. I think that was it. That's how it ends. Intriguing to learn more about that side of the world, very close to the Eorzean border. It's literally the border city to, well, as far as we know. It's the city that borders that's closest to the Eorzean border. What we consider the Eorzean border, at least.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty town. It's weird because it's almost that port area kind of looks like, I don't know. I kept getting like 8 vibes, but 8 without the technology. It's hard to explain that, but 8 had this weird like very ornate architecture that I kind of felt like was in Turncliffe. Music, very nice.
Very.
Yeah.
It's a remix of Praetorium, the Garlean theme, maybe a couple of other songs.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert at identifying leitmotif.
Right.
Very pleasant.
Yes.
In a sort of sad, melancholy way.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see more of Turncliffe because there are just like Garlean barricades. I worry that we'll get to see of it.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, the sad thing is that because we now have that portion, it is very unlikely that we'll ever see the rest of it. Because now that's just like an instanced area.
It could get archived.
They could surprise us and be like, yeah, okay, next expansion, Turncliffe. Like actual Turncliffe proper. That would be cool if we got that. It is possible. We are probably headed towards, if not a Garlean expansion, at least an expansion that includes Garlean provinces, more of them. Ilsebardian.
Before we were questioning where would be our entry point into Garlemald, we now have 2 of them.
Yes.
The pincer attack.
Yeah.
Well,
that's exactly our plan with Stormblood. Don't bring that up.
These are right next to each other.
Yeah.
Well, not right next to each other, but they're close.
They're on the opposite sides of the continent.
Well, oh, it is, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Well, they lead to the same road.
They do.
So
that was the same logic behind the pincer attack before.
But if they do it in this next expansion, at least the story might just be split for a few quests, and then they just meet in the middle, and it's over. Yeah.
Does seeing Turncliffe get you re-excited for a expansion set in Ilsebard and Garlemald?
Yeah, well, yes.
I've always been excited.
There's so much about Ilsebard that I don't know. Like, I don't know the general, like, because Ilsebard used to be... There used to be multiple nations in Ilsebard, all of which fell under Garlean rule. So there's many different cultures and shit in Ilsebard that we know nothing about. And we get to see a little sliver of that in Turncliffe. And we've already seen Dalmasca. So, yeah, I'm very excited for an Ilsebardian expansion.
There was a period of time where people were starting to get a little bit like complacent or uninterested in going to see Garlemald.
Oh, yes.
Especially after you've experienced the first, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Much of the reason for that is probably because we've seen what Garlemald looks like, but up until then we'd only really seen Garlemald like proper, like the capital, which is like just iron and ugly. Everything's ugly iron. Turncliffe is not, but I do love though. You have this beautiful port city, and then you see this ugly like Garlean tower in the middle in the background. I do like that.
It's cool to get to see more because like I feel like with how much you hear about Ilsebard, that it's just so fucking miserable.
Yeah,
you just think of like Ilsebard, like all of it looks like shit, probably.
Yeah,
covered in smog.
Yeah,
and just something terrible. But it's nice that you get to see, I guess, like a Mediterranean-esque port town or something.
Yeah.
I think
Well, it's not a
Another
port
aspect-
town. Sorry, it's a cliff.
Yeah, technically, I guess.
another aspect of why people were getting unexcited for exploring Ilsabad was because the face of Garlemald is not exciting right now. But we have now got 2 other legatuses who are interesting.
Yes. Yes.
I do wonder though, how is all this happening? With like, what's happening? Why are these people playing around with Ultima weapons? like
uh
with what's
yeah.
like, I don't know. Like why are you? I mean, you can keep building them and working
Yeah.
on them probably, but like, wouldn't someone come down and be like, "Hey, so like, the Emperor's dead.
Yeah.
We're having a civil war.
Mm.
Oh, actually, and now we got the new Emperor now.
Yeah, never
sort
mind.
of.
Civil War is cancelled.
Well, so it's kind of addressed in this storyline. So Gaius is the one that is being blamed for Varys's death
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah.
And then like I don't see why people wouldn't be accepting of Xenos.
No,
taking
because
over.
he is next in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it
he
is his bias.
He died.
It's his
Well,
birthright, isn't it?
No one in Garlemald thought he died because they kept up the propaganda that he was alive.
Yeah. So it makes sense that he has that he is the emperor now.
Yeah.
And then
It's just-
Xenos got rid of all opposition, which isn't out of the realm of possibility considering his abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just feels so disconnected from what's
Yeah, I agree.
happening in
Yeah.
Garlemald. Not that it like.
Yeah. What?
No, I'm just saying, like, not that it has to be like 1-to-1 or like have the same tone and everything. It was just a
Mhm.
little weird.
Yeah. It kind of feels like it's business as usual in that storyline. It was weirder in the first quest because the civil war was like raging at that point
Yeah.
in the Sorrows of Werlyt. Now this is like post Xenos ascending the throne, I guess. So it kind of makes more sense that they're back to normal, but still, yeah.
It
Do
was
you
cute
hope
when he
we'll
was. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just
Whoop. Rollo, are you finishing what we just talked about?
I was just saying it was cute that he was humming the Garlean theme.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, oh,
He did. Yeah,
this
Georgi?
is very funny.
do you think we'll see the G Warrior again?
Probably.
Absolutely.
They're not going to
put
make
a lot of work into it.
Yeah, they're not going to throw away all that work.
But like I'm wondering how they're going to implement it considering in all likelihood the next 2 weapons will be trials.
Yeah.
So how will they deal with the fact that we will have a trial and are we going to do something else with the weapon?
Maybe they'll
Probably
go on.
involved in the trial somehow. Maybe like, I don't know, a player has to get into it.
Maybe, yeah.
Or it's like, oh, you don't have to get it anymore. I'm Sid, and I've created an autopilot, so it'll just mash spacebar during this event, and it'll help you.
Yeah. Or we could still have quests that have duties in them
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in addition to the trials.
Also, get a stand next to it or on its shoulder. Sit on its shoulder.
It's so detailed.
Yeah.
I love how eventually the game prompts you with a "You done posing yet?"
Tiger winning son.
Yeah. Right. Yep. So that's Sorrows of Werlyt. I'm looking forward to see what we get next time. That will be which weapon do we have left now?
Probably next.
Diamond and Emerald.
Emerald. Yeah.
So I suspect Emerald will be next and Diamond will be last.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, Emerald. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about... That's the end of Sorrows of Werlyt. Next is custom deliveries. Not much to talk about.
No,
He wants to craft.
she wants to craft.
That's
she-
okay. That's it. We can move on. No, but essentially, that's the story. Elto wants to learn how to craft. That is the story, and we just help. Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to craft and she wants to bring it to her brood in the Churning Mists.
Yeah. She does get a hat and a scarf.
That is
Yes, most
adorable.
recently.
Yeah.
First she had a little satchel made
Yeah.
by that guy
Mm-hmm.
who's
Yeah.
helping,
Yeah.
and then she made herself a scarf and a hat.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
It is very cute.
It's not very interesting.
No. I hope maybe something happens in the next quest, but it's cute.
Well, we know that it's got like two quests attached to it that we will unlock assumedly in the course of the custom delivery cycle based on the lodestone,
Mm.
on the patch notes even.
Okay. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe we'll get to go to the Churning Mists and meet who she's trying to convince to get into crafting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a cute story. If you haven't done it, do it.
On a slightly related note,
mhm.
people have started getting the opportunity to use the tank in the
The
dwarf
Beast Tribe.
quest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't because I'm a couple of days behind.
Yeah.
But it looks very absurd.
It is. I
Yeah.
love it. It's one of my new favorite mounts, I think.
Yeah. Mount doesn't
Love the
scale, does it?
Scale,
Yeah. So
doesn't it scale?
it looks bizarre.
I thought it was going to scale, but
I love that it doesn't scale. It's so good.
I
Rose
love-
have to like
Scale.
Rose have to like crouch on it, like
Yeah.
on the lid.
Yeah.
Like, doing...
Stupid.
And yeah, when people fly in it, like they just
They
get
shoot right
absorbed
in.
inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They break every
Like a
bone in their body to fit inside. Yeah. Okay. That's
Kind of like it's a solution for them to not have to animate it flying
Yeah.
separately for every place.
yeah. All right, that's that for spoilers. We can turn spoilers back off. What do you think about time? Should we do the interview?
I think we should just do MogMail. We can save the interview for next week.
All right. Then MogMail. What?
We have plenty of MogMail.
We do have plenty of MogMail. Let's jump into MogMail. First MogMail is from Nat Clay from Ragnarok. Hello, speakers. With the revelation that Vena was hinted to be the... There's a lot of text. Was hinted to be the core of Hydaelyn and Zodiark, Elidibus assumed in 5.2, a few things don't add up. We know more. Wait, we went through this yesterday, didn't we, Georgi? We vetted this.
Yeah, well, let's read it again.
Uh...
Just read it out loud, and if we decide at the end that we've already know the answer, it's fine.
Did we not vet this?
This is a pre 5.3 apparently.
It is a pre 5.3 question, but I thought it was still relevant.
Okay. Hello, speakers. With the revelation that Vena was hinted to be the core of Hydaelyn and Zodiark, Elidibus assumed in 5.2, a few things don't add up. The followers of Hydaelyn had been so against the use of Zodiark's power to restore the land a second time from the destruction, requiring another half of the world's population to bring back those lost. How would they summon an elder god without sacrifice for it to be able to rival and prevail against Zodiark? Elidibus was the heart of Zodiark, but is clearly with us, unsundered. Wait, did we not vet this? I don't remember reading this yesterday. Theory. Hydaelyn did subdue and defeat Zodiark, but they are the same being. Much like Xenos could control Shinryu, acting as the heart slash of Vil. Yes, the Vil. Vena could have taken control over the body of Zodiark, ejecting Elidibus from control, and using this opportunity to use the power of the now Hydaelyn to sunder the world, preventing Elidibus from regaining control and locking Zodiark away. Along with this, confining Elidibus to the moon to watch, powerless to stop what Vena has caused. This is assuming the moon doesn't sunder and watches down on all shards helpless, / the planet's shards only contain the planet and not the moon in the boundary of the sunder dimensional pockets. Good lord. What are your thoughts on how Hydaelyn would have been summoned without the sacrifice of the followers of Vena? Without without the sacrifice the followers of Vena despised, while giving Hydaelyn the one-up from Zodiark. And your thoughts on the importance of Elidibus walking... oh god, my computer is... Okay. Walking among us as the thought to be heart of Zodiark, while Vena hasn't been referenced to this point. Hope this mess of a mail makes some sense, Nat Clay.
Yeah, so I think the interesting thing to take away from this, in terms of it still being relevant, is how did they make Hydaelyn strong enough to defeat Zodiark?
Oh.
Google.
Shut up! Yes. What?
They sacrificed some more people.
Yes.
That's it.
I don't think they sacrificed people to summon Hydaelyn. I feel as if that's unlikely.
Maybe, I don't know. Made crystals.
Yeah, they just did the crystal thing with ether.
They found some others. Auracite, perhaps.
There's a lot we don't know about Vena. What?
Possibly. They could have used the energy from Auracite.
Yes, that's possible.
Without having to sacrifice people in actuality. Similar to how Graha is able to put part of his soul into Auracite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's still around until he crystallizes and turns into a housing item.
Yeah, we don't really know enough about Vena. We literally all we have is that like one glimpse from 5.2. Vena wasn't referenced like at all in 5.3. So
now that we know that we aren't them, who are they?
Because
that was a big thing. We thought we were, part of that group, the Hydaelyn peeps, but
well, we knew we weren't a part of either of them because we said that they mentioned in 5.2 that we rejected them. We didn't want to join them either.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I
feel as if we have to find more about the convocation of the 12 at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more information before we can discuss Vena. Vena right now is just a name, and someone we know to be the heart of Hydaelyn, basically. So we'll probably get back to that again in I'm hoping 5.4, but we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be weird now because they claim that we're done with the first now. Like 99% of the story, according to Yoshi P, should be done with this expansion. But I still feel like all of the like ancients and stuff is still so tied to like the first for some reason, even though it really shouldn't, because the source should be where, you know what I mean? But Emet built the shit on the first, so that's why that's so tied to that place. Do you think maybe we'll find something in 5.4 that'll make it more relevant to our world, so we can stay on Eorzea or like on Hydaelyn?
Maybe not in 5.4, but maybe
5.4 is going to be filler, probably. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's filler. I feel like it's going to be setting up the next expansion.
Yeah.
It's possible that like, in his role as Emperor of the Garlean Empire, Emet had managed to it was managing to source every Amaritine artifact that remained on the source, and that might be where we find further information.
Yeah. We'll see in 5.4.
That if we find any other Allegan ruins, I guess they could also have Amaritine relics as well.
Yes,
because they're from an earlier era, so there's a higher chance that they had undamaged items from the pre-sundering.
Yeah. Okay. Thinking that. Next. Lucrezia Auros from Zodiark. Hiya, speakers. After watching the last podcast, something jumped out at me rather fast when you were discussing Hydaelyn and Zodiark and how if we deal with one, we have to deal with the other. Somehow that triggered me to begin wondering about how much Louisoix and the Scions know about her. Y'shtola seems so surprised finding the hologram/video thing of Venat and the 12 speaking in anamnesis. Matter of fact, they all seem so surprised when they find out something they didn't know about Hydaelyn, which begs the question, how much does any of the Circle of Knowing actually know? Louisoix and possibly others knew more than, say, Y'shtola, Minfilia, Oriange, and the others, but unfortunately never got to divulge the finer details. Also, doesn't the architecture in both Academia and Anamnesis remind you of the Sharlayan architecture we see in Dravania? I also believe Hydaelyn is in Silvertear Lake. Something about the ether bursting out after the Midi versus ship fight makes me believe it even more. Could also attribute a tiny bit to why she's so weak as well, maybe? Thanks for your time. Sorry if this is long. Alright. Lots of questions here. I guess we can start from the top.
More like the Circle of Knowing Nothing.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The Circle of Knowing was the group formed by Louisoix and Minfilia.
Circle of Knowing is Louisoix's. Path of the 12 was.
Path of the 12. I'm mixing the two. Yes, Path of the 12 turned into Scions,
and the two merged.
Yeah. So Circle of Knowing was basically just like I wouldn't say cult, but it was like it's just a.
Wasn't a cult.
But they well, it's in the name, Circle of Knowing. Like they knew shit about the planet and about, well, supposedly Hydaelyn. But we never really. What interests me the most is actually Path of the 12, because of the name, but also their belief. Originally, it was very clear that they didn't really. Well, if we're to consider the fact that they didn't retcon anything, they just didn't know what they were doing in the Path of the 12. First of all, they claimed that the Echo was a gift from the 12, which actually, now that I think about it, if the 12 are actually the people that summoned Hydaelyn, so Amoratines, it's technically true in a way, because it's their power. It's like a sliver of their power. So it's technically, you could say now, in retrospect, it is a gift from the 12, if they are the 12.
Yeah. I feel as if they're not, though, because if they were the 12, we weren't involved in the summoning of Hydaelyn, and Azema is one of the 12. So that's why I don't know if they're necessarily connected at this point.
I don't know. But that was the lore back then. Gift from the 12. Yeah.
That's strange in retrospect, because like Minfilia talks about getting direct messages from Hydaelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Surely she would know that it's not from the 12 and is in fact from Hydaelyn.
There's this, yeah. It's so intriguing because Path of the 12 also implied that there was a path to follow, and there was a path. And when people reached the end of that path, they dared not speak of what they saw. So everyone who reached the end of the path, it's very absurd, all of this, but they would see something that they would never share. They would either die, or the ones that survived would never speak of it again.
They saw the end of the world.
Yeah. So maybe they got to see the unsundered world.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Based on what you just...
Because they get almost ashamed, is what she says, I think. The very few that survive, they don't speak of it, almost as if they're ashamed or something. I can't remember fully. But it is... that is interesting, and a lot of that has been interesting now in retrospect, because there was a point, like, say, Stormblood, where revisiting that cutscene just sounded like nonsense. I'm like, what the fuck is this? They had no idea what they were saying. Now, though, I don't know. It's kind of starting to line up a little bit with something. I wonder if they'll ever revisit the the Path of the 12.
Because I'm worried they won't. Who do we even know that is part of the Path of the 12 anymore? Arenvelt?
Yeah.
Chitaru?
Yeah? She was.
I mean, I think she
Path of
doesn't
the
have the
12.
echo. So I don't think she was ever
No,
one
she
of the
doesn't
people
have
going,
the echo. No, she was
Wouldn't
just
she
the
have
receptionist.
Okay.
going past the 12.
Yeah, no, Arnvald is a Realm Reborn, yeah. A lot of the people that were part of Path of the 12 were also just randoms. Like, that we never see again. It's very strange. It's very strange.
I think some of them might have been some of those NPCs that were killed by Livia as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That is probably why they did that. They're like, okay, let's get rid of Path of the 12, just kill them all. And they did. Saying that Path of the 12 was 1.0 doesn't make any sense because they pick shit up from 1.0 all the time. They picked up the Star Shower, made that like a core element of A Realm Reborn, and then a core element of Shadowbringers. So, and Shadowbringers has picked up a lot of shit from 1.0. But I don't know why I brought up Path of the 12. We're talking about a Circle of Knowing, but it kind of reveals that they didn't really know much about the 12 or Hydaelyn, other than Big Crystal. Big Crystal speak.
Remember Hermit of the Wood? Anyone remember him?
What?
Apparently, he was a notable member of the Path of the 12.
No, I don't. Actually, that's very. What?
Hey, Lakil.
Yeah.
This is a. I think you've got potentially something to cover in a future Remnants of a Realm.
That's true. Here's the icon for Path of the 12, by the way.
It looks like a astrologian card.
Yeah, it does. It is. Wait, this is Circle of Knowing, isn't it? No, that's Path. That is Path of the 12.
Here you go. This is Hermit of the Wood, notable member.
Wait, what the fuck? All of these
I was
are.
expecting you to turn around to pick up and show a laptop at me, Rollo. Now I have to. Open some.
I'm not gonna pick up a laptop and do that. I put the.
Are we gonna go full conspiracy mode? Is that not a sun in the center?
I mean, it looks like a sun.
ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Path of the 12 was led by Minfilia. It is dedicated to support and protect those who have been reported as having been touched by the power of the Echo. They believe that this power is a gift and must be used to help and bring peace to the people of Eorzea. Their name is in reference to the 12, the gods of Eorzea. They used to run out of the merchant's words in Ul'dah. There you go.
Oh, apparently the Path Companion was part of.
Yes, well, the Path Companion, yeah.
We'll never get information about the Path Companion.
Yeah, the Path Companion is provided by the Path of the 12. So, there you go. That is interesting. I forgot about the sigil.
Speaking of academia and anamnesis and its architecture and how it resembles Sharlayan's, I think when we find out more about Sharlayan, we're definitely going to see how it's connected to Amarot in the ancient world. And here's a absurd and highly unlikely to be true theory.
Okay.
So we know that the heart of primals, in the case of Zodiac, Elidibus was able to leave and become his own being to a certain extent. Is it possible that... So we know nothing about who Louis Soir married. Is that Vinar?
Well, That's wild. I don't know if that's. I don't know if I have to prepare the black and white filter for the future for that one, but that is okay. We don't know who Alice and Alfino's grandmother is. Don't even know.
Or their mother.
Or their mother. Yeah, they've never been mentioned. I think.
They've pictured Alice's dad. And
Yeah, we know about the dad.
Yeah, like he's in the
Only-
war book.
Yeah.
That is the only picture we have of their dad. He
Yeah.
appeared in game. They only made a model of him for the lore book.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's a notable member of the Charlian Forum.
Also,
Yes.
you were right. One of the few members of the Circle of or the Path to Tall or whatever just died when they sacked
Yeah.
the one place. There was this fucking 28-year-old cat girl apparently.
Okay.
That's who I was thinking of, because I was remembering her from when I replayed A Realm Reborn not recently,
Here you go.
a while ago.
If anyone would like it, there's a link.
Una Tayun.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
So that means. Did she have the echo?
Maybe. Don't know.
Well, she must, because she was a part of the Circle of Knowing. Following the calamity, the Keeper of the Moon briefly lost her memory, but was quick to recover. Alas, she was struck down at the age of 28 in the Garlean raid on the Waking Sands.
What a shame.
Yeah.
So many questions we could have asked her. What'd you see?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't know if
I-
she ever reached the end of the path.
I'm just looking at this like list of characters that are in the Path of the 12.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
No.
No, I could count them on Minfilia and Tataru, all that matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hermit of the Wood, though. I'm so interested in what this guy man was. He's missing.
Oh, he's
apparently,
missing, which
but-
means he's probably dead. Yeah, he died in the calamity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And his last words were, I'm thinking you might be one of them.
Rest in peace, Hermit of the Wood.
Ignoring whether or not Vanar is actually related to the twins, which I
Yes.
would like,
Mm.
but I don't think it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Vanar is related to Charlene. For now, that is my current theory, that Vanar is in some way related to Charlene.
Yeah, because we can't. It is we can the architecture of Charlian and the Anider and Anamnesis. So Anadar and Anamnesis and
Academia.
it's jarring how similar it looks sometimes. Like it's very, sometimes you can just take a screenshot and be like, you could do that for Gillionaire, and a lot of people will probably be like, this looks Charlian. What?
Is this in the hinterlands?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah. What about the theory?
Something.
Yeah? What?
It's like maybe we like this architecture.
Yeah, they're like,
That-
yeah.
I'm drawn to making things out of marble.
I want to make things look like it used to look. Well, if it is Vanar,
If it's Vanar, she can very much just be like,
she's like, I miss home. Let's just,
I think this looks good.
yeah. Mhm.
Make it look like this.
Then there's the Hydaelyn in Silvertear Lake. We've sort of talked about this before. I don't know if it's Hydaelyn herself that's in Silvertear Lake. It depends on where Hydaelyn is, but I think this is fairly canon. Is that the ethereal sea is very close to the top of Mordona's crust, which would mean that it is easier to get to Hydaelyn, I guess, from there. But I think Hydaelyn is like deep in the ethereal sea somewhere. She's like floating around. Imagine. This is how I imagine it. Imagine Hydaelyn, the planet, and then the core is just the ethereal sea, and she just be
Yeah.
floating around in there.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah. And then there's the live stream, I guess, in there as well.
I'll revisit
Somehow.
the Ethereal Sea sometime. It's
Yeah.
a fucked up place.
Yeah.
Just not revisited, I should say. We've never like been to it, but we've been pretty close.
Yes.
We went to the edge of. We were in the anti-tower.
Yes. Yep. We saw it touch the actual sea itself. So we know that it is close. We can reach it if we try. I don't think anyone's actually gone in. I think they've died. Isn't that implied that the people that try
I think it's actually gone in there.
don't
has
come
died.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would like to know more about that. Can't believe it's been like 7 years and we still don't really know what Heidlin is.
Just still very silent.
Yeah.
No, not a word, huh?
Yeah.
No, she
We're
hasn't
left
spoken
on-
since the Praetorium.
No. If Heidlin is in the Ethereal Sea, might that not answer Nat's question about how they powered her summoning? I mean, yeah, it could be a clue. The fact that she's very, like, ether. She's in a sea of ether. That could be from her summoning. Like, that's her, like, womb. She's in the womb.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to see more of the Ethereal Sea and how where Hydaelyn is. Are we in the Ethereal Sea when the game opens? When you start the game? Is that where we are? When we see the Mother Crystal? Are we there when we talk to Minfilia and we have the Warriors of Darkness?
Are we truly there in the opening, or are we just being brought there spiritually? Because we know the soul is separate from the body.
That's true, yes, because we do wake up in the carriage. Or ship if you start in Limsa. But yeah, so, I mean, we're not there, but are we... Is it the Ethereal Sea? It's more the question.
Yes, but I don't have any...
So, yeah, and if yes, does the Ethereal Sea have this big fucking crystal just in it? And that is Hydaelyn. When you start, like, trying to put it together logically, it just doesn't make any sense. So, that's why I need more. I need to know... Is there just a big fat like void with a big crystal in the middle in the core of our planet? Is that what it is? Maybe. And if so, that's probably what the moon looks like. There's that dark void with Zodiark in it. Although Zodiark's void is just actually like a void. It's just like nothing because he's sleeping. So there's no ethereal sea for him. Yeah, so interesting. I'm sad that we didn't get to know more about Hydaelyn in this expansion. I was hoping maybe they'd give us something.
Hey, we found out a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. What if the Ethereal Sea and the live stream are the same thing? Well, it's sort of been implied that they're separate things. You return to the live stream, but is the live stream in the Ethereal Sea?
I'm sure it's
I think
connected to it.
They're
I
what?
think they're definitely related.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're definitely related. I feel like the life... It's sort of like the Ethereal Sea is the power.
So the Ethereal Sea is the sea, and then the live stream is like the currents.
Yes.
Sea.
They are yeah. There you go. We saw it. There you go. We cleared that up. There you go. That's our answer. Thanks. All right. That's all we've got for today. We're not done. If you're watching live, there's a post show coming up. But that's the end of the main show. Thanks for watching. Remember to be nice and be nice. Follow Twitter at SpeakersXIV !Discord to join our Discord server if you're watching live. If you're watching on demand, link is in the description. Follow us on YouTube.
Merch.
What?
Merch.
Oh, merch. Well, we have hoodies now. Speakers XIV. I don't know what the. It says Spooky Speakers of Zodiac merch on the. It's a big lie. It's just a big lie.
Actually there anymore.
No. Hoodies. Zip hoodies now. Use promo code hoodies.
Is it hoodies or hoodie?
Try both.
This is
I remember that much. All capped.
It's all caps. Try both. See what happens. You can get those. You can get 10% off hoodies. Speakers. No, I don't know what the address is. You'll
Get a
find it
hoodie.
somewhere. It's listed in the
Take a picture
description.
of it.
It's teespring.com/store/speakersxv.
Okay.
Show us.
Yeah. What? What did you say?
I
Shorts?
said if you get a what?
What?
What did you say? Sorry, bro?
I said if you get a hoodie, show us.
Oh.
And then he was like, shorts?
Should we make speakers shorts?
Yes, we should make speakers booty shorts. I want them to be like, I want cheek hanging out.
Hell yeah. All right. That's it. Follow YouTube Speakers XIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeadland. Remember to stay tuned for the post show that's coming live right now if you're watching live. We'll be back tomorrow. No, well, we will. For Sunday Fun Day. And then the show will be back next week. Same day. Bye!
Bye.